these are directions on how to do your Write a Ratio Center. To find it, you're going to go to Canvas. Going to click on Math, Modules, and underneath the Week 4 module, you're going to click on Write a Ratio. You're going to click this red bar that says Launch External Tool, and it's going to take you to Google Slides. You might need to log into your Google account to access it. Okay, give me 1 second. I thought that it was going to have me automatically logged in. Okay, so you're going to put in your login stuff if you need to. Password is the GDocs password. Okay, then it should have you logged in. It's going to make everyone their own copy of the same slides once it decides to load. Once the slides load, you'll click on your name. Okay, what you're going to want to do before you start anything else is you're going to want to double tap on your screen to make all these slides on the side appear. Okay, I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this just so I can write on the screen, but you don't need to do that. You can just follow along with my video. Okay, so we haven't learned about ratios yet unless you've watched one of my other Math Center videos. So ratios are a type of comparison. So they compare, it's a different way to, let me pick a different color, to compare numbers and show how the numbers are related. Okay, there's different ways to write ratios. You could write ratios with a colon like this. You could write ratios as a fraction, or you could write ratios with words. You could say 6 to 5. Any of those work as writing ratios. They're all a type of ratio. So fractions that we just finished is actually a type of ratio. Okay, what's important though is that the order stays the same, right? If you notice here, I always have 6 first, and then I have 5. The order matters in a ratio. If you change the order, that changes what the ratio is saying. Okay, so I'm going to look at each of these and kind of explain what you need to do. Okay, so the first one says, the first statement says, Samantha has 6 apples and 5 bananas in a fruit basket. So what it wants you to do is it wants you to use these different things that we have down here, and it wants you to drag them to where they go. So I'll do an example for you. So the first one says apples to bananas, right? Well, if I look at the equation, I know she has 6 apples. So I know that needs to be a 6, and that she has 5 bananas. So this needs to be a 5. Okay, and they want it as a fraction to start. So I can see here is 6 to 5. So I can drag that one and put it here. Okay, and then you'll look for the same thing for the one that's a colon, 6 to 5 with a colon, and 6 to 5 with words. Okay, the other one I want to talk about really fast is if it says total fruit, that means I would add up 6 plus 5, right, which would give me 11 to know what the total amount of fruit is. So bananas to total fruit would be 5 bananas to 11 pieces of total fruit. Okay? For the next slide, go ahead and get rid of that. You're going to be doing something similar. You're going to be using the picture to write a ratio. You're going to be typing it in. You could type it as with a colon, meaning you could choose to do it like 5 to 6 like this. If it was 5 to 6, you could write it as a fraction, or like I said before, with words when you're typing it in here. Any of those ways would count. So you just pick one way of doing it and type it in that box. What you're going to do is you're going to use the picture that they have right here to write your ratio. So the first one is hearts to clouds. So if I look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 heart pictures. and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cloud pictures. So I would say it's a 4:5 ratio. Okay? For the next one, you're going to take the same thing, the small pictures, and you're going to write the ratio. So we have stars to squares first. So you'll count how many stars are there. So we got 2 stars and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So it would be 2 to 5. I find the one that matches it and drag it on over. Okay, for this next one, it says place the check mark beside the correct answer. There are 11 empty parking spots and 8 full parking spots in the parking garage. What is the ratio of the number of empty parking spots to the number of full? When you think you found the answer, you use these little check marks to move it over to the correct answer. Okay, something I want you to think about and remember with these ones is that order matters. So if in the question it's asking for empty first and then full, that means that the empty number needs to go first. So I know that there's 11 empty and there's 8 full. So when I'm writing the ratio, it should go in that order. So 11 to 8 would be this right here. Okay? They do have 8 to 11 as an option, but that is not correct. That's not the ratio they're asking for, right? They want to know empty parking to full, so it'd be 11 to 8. Okay? Next slide. This time they are giving you the ratio down here, so 2 cupcakes to 7 total, and you have to match the picture to the ratio. And then the last one is true or false. So let's look at one of those together. It says for every 2 male birds in a bird cage, there are 5 females. So someone else has already come up with the ratio for that. So someone is saying that the ratio is 2 to 5. And you are moving this star here to say, is that true or is that false? Remember, order matters for ratio. So if I look here, I can see they said 2 male going first, and they have male going first here. So that's good so far. Then I have 5 female going here, and I have 5 female there. So since it's in the correct order, male first and then female, just like the sentence, I know that that's correct, so I would put the star there. Okay, if you have any questions, talk to the people next to you before asking your teacher.